In order to keep our files and programs in the long term, they need to be safely stored somewhere. This type of storage is known as secondary storage. Any device that's used to store data is known as a storage device. There are different types of storage devices, each with their own purpose and use.
Raw data enters the computer system by means of an input device, such as a keyboard or scanner. For example, you enter text into a word processing application with a keyboard. The CPU then processes data, and then the data is sent directly to an output device, such as the computer monitor. It can also be stored for later use as a named file on a storage device.
The type of storage device chosen can be determined by a number of factors. These factors are the capacity, meaning the amount of data that can be stored, and the speed, how quickly the user needs to be able to access the data from the storage device. Portability and durability are also important. Portability means whether the data needs to be moved from one place to another, such as from home to school, and durability raises the question of how much damage the device can withstand. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, is the reliability of a storage device. How long we can expect the device to last and safely keep our data.
Storage devices can be internal or external. Internal means the device is housed inside the computer casing, whereas external is usually connected by using USB or some other connection type and is outside the computer. Hard drives are the most common storage devices.
As a minimum, internal storage is needed to hold the operating system. It can also be used to store the applications that you use and the original copies of your data files. Internal storage allows the data and applications to be loaded very rapidly into memory and made ready for use. The data can be accessed much faster than the data that's stored on an external storage device. This is because internal storage devices are connected directly to the motherboard and its data bus. External devices, on the other hand, are connected through a hardware interface, which means they're considerably slower to access.
The main disadvantage of internal storage is that when the hard disk fails, all the data and applications may be lost. This can be avoided, to some extent, by using more than one hard disk within the machine. An alternative is to use external drives for backup.
External devices are connected using a range of interfaces, but the most common is a USB port. If a hard drive is connected to a USB port, then all data passes back and forth through this port. The hard drive appears as a new drive in the computer's file browser. The user can still open, edit and transfer files in the usual way, and the transfer speeds are slower, but not hugely different, unless transferring large amounts of information.
The main advantage of using an external hard drive is its portability. A user can easily transport files from one location to another without having to carry a computer or laptop. External drives can be used to back up files and keep them secure, allow files to be transferred from device to device, or simply to provide extra storage.
The disadvantages of external storage devices are that the file transfer speeds can be greatly reduced with large amounts of data. They also take up extra space around a computer or laptop, and they are vulnerable to theft. Other external devices include SD cards, USB pens, and optical discs such as CDs and DVDs.